Alright, hey all you cool cats and kittens, this is Miss Wink here. This is going to be your tutorial video here on how to do your scatter plot project. I know I've been having a lot of questions on this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through all the steps that you need to do this project. And then typically what I do when I've done this project in the past is we do a lot of examples together, and we create these examples on the board. Now, I'm not going to have you I'll do the examples together. So what I've been doing is I've been collecting the data or the information that I need for these projects, and I will upload 2 different examples of how to do these problems as well as this video. So those ones are just going to be an upload of a document. Otherwise, turn the questions on or like any questions you may have, come watch this video again, or you can email me, message me on Google Classroom, so on, if you have questions. So we're going to go through the packet part and what I see here for the teacher edition. And so I'm going to kind of skip through a few pages, and there's certain pages that you don't have in your packet necessarily that I do instead. Okay, so let's keep going. This is just kind of some teacher information. All right, so the first one I want to take a look at is this one, okay? So you have a page that looks very similar to this page. Now, some of these pages were supposed to be kind of note pages, and I had a classroom set of these. I wasn't going to print off enough for every single student to have. I figured I'd just explain them here, okay? So what you're going to do when you create your scatter plot is you need to think of something that's going to make you curious, okay? What are you curious to see? What do you want to know more about? What kind of sets of data are you going to be curious to mention and to go through with, okay? So does blank affect blank? One example they give in here when I go down here is, does time spent studying for a test affect the grade you will receive on a test? That's ultimately, you're going to answer this one question. Does the amount of time you study for affect the grade you actually get on your test, okay? First question you need to answer to yourself is your data quantitative? All right, so is your data quantitative? Quantitative data means that you are getting numbered data, okay? So I know that last year we had a hard time with figuring this out, is that if some people had some really good questions and what do you want to know? Something you could think about is, does gender affect time getting ready in the morning, okay? Do girls take more time to get ready in the morning than boys? But to decide if you're a girl or boy, it is not quantitative data. It is not numbered data. So you have to think of things that are gonna create or generate numbers, okay? So their example here of time spent studying on a test, okay, that can create you numbers. Maybe I spent an hour, maybe I spent 10 minutes, whatever. And the grade you receive. The grade you could do, instead of doing A, B, C, D grades, you can do, okay, they got 50% or 100% or they got 75%. You can use percentages instead, because that would be quantitative with numbers. So the first question you need to ask yourself first before you get anywhere else is, once you create this question, is then, is it quantitative data? If you answer the question no, that means then you need to reconsider your data. Data used in a scatter plot must be quantitative. So go back then and think about something. If then it is quantitative data, yes, then you're going to need to consider which quantity affects the other, okay? So which one are you going to make affect the other? So in this case, they decided that their independent variable, okay, your independent is going to be your x. So the variable that can stand alone, it is the x input variable. You are trying to measure if the independent variable causes some kind of change in the other variable. So in this case, they're using time spent studying for a test. Does the time spent studying for a test mean that if you spend more time, you're going to get a better grade? Or does it mean if you don't spend any time, are you going to get a lower grade, okay? Then your dependent variable, the variable that depends on the other variable, it is the output y variable. You want to know what makes the dependent variable change, okay? So this is going to be that grade. Again, change it into a quantitative thing. So base it off on percentages or the amount of points they got, okay? So here's what yours looks like. Okay, yours looks like this one. where they throw this part in too, and they talk about this, but you're going to fill in what is your independent variable, what is your dependent variable, okay? So what are you measuring, and what are you measuring that it could cause? Now there's 4 different ways that you can do this type of project, okay? And I usually like to give an example of each. I think I'm only going to give you an example of an experiment and, survey and measurement though. One way you could do this is you could research. So you could think about, okay, maybe you want to research the temperature it is in Minnesota, or the average daily temperature in Minnesota for the month of January, okay? You could probably Google those answers and find the research and research it up, and then create your scatter plot that way. So then you'd have maybe, your days of the week would be one of your variables, the day of the month it is. So, January 1st could be number 1. Number 2 would be January 2nd. And then your temperatures could be your Y variable or something like that, okay? Survey then is going to be where you create a survey, which is actually, we've got a really great platform right here. We can do this easily by creating a Google form. I will be sending out you a Google form, hopefully either this previous week or here soon, that I would like you to take this survey so that I can generate one of the examples. You could also do an experiment. Usually when the experiment I do with you is based on time, okay? So how much time would it take you to go through a certain experiment, given that how many people you have in a group, okay? So does the amount of people, okay, my independent could be the amount of people, affect how long it takes to do this type of task, okay? And then measurement, I'm going to give you an example of a measurement one. So how can I take 2 measurements and see, do they relate to one another? And then you're going to just tell me what kind of other materials you're going to need to fill out the rest of this. You do need to get your topic approved, okay? I know usually I would just initial this, but I am looking that you get your topic approved to me no later than by April 7th. Okay, again, that's April 7th. I want to make sure that your topic is on track, that it's quantitative, and that it's something you can easily measure based on if you're choosing research, survey, experiment, measurement, okay? So again, please make sure to give that to me by the 7th. Okay. Here's where you're going to collect your data then. So here's going to be under an independent variable, your X, your Y, then you're going to place in your numbers here. Okay, what X would go with what Y? If you spent 2 hours, what was your grade? Okay, spent 2 hours studying, I got 80% on my grade. Okay, that would be one data point. Fill this in. I would highly suggest filling this in all the way to the bottom, because the more data points you have, the more accurate your scatter plot is going to be. Okay. All right, so then when you construct your scatter plot, now it's not in here. This is not in your packet. This would have been my notes packet. But make sure that you are adding in a title. Okay, your title can easily just be that question that you're asking. And in this case, the example they gave you is, does the amount of time studying affect your grade? That can just be your title. Is the question you're asking, and what did you want to find out by? Okay. The other thing you need to think about then is your dependent variable is your Y. So what is the lowest value for Y and what's the highest value for Y? So that you can figure out how you're going to represent that. So what intervals should you count by to represent that data? So are you going to be counting up by 2s? Are you counting up by 100s as you go through? Depends on what kind of numbers you're getting. Okay, same thing goes for the X values. What are you going to count up by? Okay, are you going to count up by 2s, 5s, 10s? What kind of data are you looking at? Do you want to just go up by 1? Go from 1, 2, 3, so on. Depends on what you're measuring. Will you need a scale break? Those are those big kind of squiggly lines that all of a sudden jump. So if you're going all the way from 0 to 100, might want to do that. Okay, and then if you're going up from 100 and going up by 10s from there, that would be a great idea to just use that kind of little squiggle line. All right, so this is the one that is in your packet. So you're going to create and sketch out your own scatter plot. Now I know it's not graphing paper, so just be very mindful and try to be as accurate as you can when you're setting this up, okay? The other thing is make sure you label that this is a certain measurement down here. So in this case, the independent variable is that how many minutes did you spend studying? Okay, so that could be on the bottom here. Your Y is then what grade did you get? All right. So the other part that you're going to need to know how to do is how to interpret your scatter plot. So this is back to when we were talking about this in your notes. You need to tell me, is it linear, is it nonlinear, or is it non-associative? So again, if you need to look at these to double check what kind of graph you have, feel free to always come back to this video while you're working on your project and go, oh yeah, okay, I have a linear association. Or no, I have a non-linear, or I have even just a non-associative graph. Okay. Then we need to talk about if it's positive or negative. Again, kind of the same thing. Does it go up? Does it increase? As the x increases, the y increases? Or is it negative? So then when the values of x increases, the values of y are decreasing. Or is it neither positive or negative? Both positive and negative, or it could be both. Okay. And the last one is talking about if it's a weak or strong association. So is it weak? Are they very close together? Strong. Is it strong if they're really close together? Weak is when they are more spaced out, okay? Not as close. The other thing to make sure is to identify and see if you have any outliers, okay? So the first part of this packet here, in just a sec, I'll continue on with this, but then you're going to have some questions, okay? You will also need to make predictions and be able to create a line of best fit for your graph. So when you create the line of best fit, it must follow the pathway of the points. Draw the line as close to the points as possible. Must have an equal number of points above and below the line. So that's a lot what I've been talking about, is making sure that you have an equal number of points above as well as an equal number of points below. And then ignore your outliers. So don't worry about those outliers when you're creating your line of best fit, okay? The other part is talking about this interpolate and extrapolate. So this interpolate uses the line of best fit to predict within the given points. So if you're making an interpolate guess, you're using the data points that you're actually given, and you're not worrying about that line of best fit, okay? Extrapolate is using the line of best fit. So based on your line of best fit, okay, in this case, this data point should really be down here, okay? So if you're making a predictions with extrapolate, you're going to use your line of best fit to find the solution. Interpolate then is just using the data, okay? Based on this, I would probably say it's even going to be higher than the line of best fit. Where is that data point going to be? So this is the part I was telling you about with the questions. So the first part is describe the relationship between your quantitative data. This is your checklist. You need to answer each one of these questions in the space below here. Okay, so the first thing you're going through, is it linear, nonlinear, or non-associative? Is it positive or negative? Is it strong or is it weak? Do you have any outliers? So where are your outliers? What point is your outlier? Maybe it's at 5, 10. Okay, tell me that. What does your data represent? Okay, and did you answer your original question? So that original question in this case was, does study time affect your test scores? You need to answer yes it does or no it doesn't based on whatever your question is. Now the next part is in bold. If your association was linear. So again, you are going to only answer this part down here if it is linear. If you had not a linear line, don't worry about it. So draw a line of best fit in your association if your association was linear. What is the equation of your line of best fit? What does your slope represent? And what does your y represent? Okay. Then this one is talking about making your prediction. So you're going to make an interpolate prediction. Everyone should be able to do that. Extrapolate is if you can create that line of best fit, then you can make that prediction, okay? Make a prediction about like, okay, what if I studied for 5 hours? What kind of grade should I get? You're going to come up with that prediction based on the data you have. And then describe any limits you feel exist within your line of best fit in your equation to make predictions. Just tell me, do you feel like your line of best fit was a good, accurate representation of your data, or did you feel like it didn't really represent your data very well? Okay, that's what you're telling me here. And the last part is how I'm going to grade this, okay? So for the most part, you're going to want to be in that advanced column. So make sure you're reading your directions very carefully. Come back to this video if you have any questions, or let me know if you have any questions as well. But I'm really excited to see from you all. Bye.